from across the room, and off he went. Frankie and I sat there for a while, finally running out of things to say. I blushed, wondering if he knew that Vinny had blown me off. Of course he knew. They were best friends. Embarrassed, I excused myself and set out determined to look like I knew where the hell I was going. Ducking into the other room, I started chatting up the first guy I saw. Luckily for me, it was Eddie Ojeda of Twisted Sister, a sweetheart I'd known for years, and I relaxed in his comfortable presence until I got broadsided from the left, hip to hip. Hey, Frankie and I are going to get something to eat. Want to come? Nothing like a little rocker action to get Vincent's attention. Well, sure. Would you excuse me, Eddie? Of course, doll, he said with a wink, kissing me goodbye, smack on the lips. You gotta love him. Vincent, taking me by the hand, nodded over to Frankie, and off we went. Frankie had a sweet little Jaguar with seating for two. Just as I started to protest, Vinny slid in and pulled me down on his lap. Even though I was well into my Nutrisystem and below my goal weight, I was sure I'd break his legs. Pushing them apart, I sat in between. Frankie was driving fast. With every turn, gravity pulled me right into Vincent's groin. I could hear a murmur of delight as I adjusted my bum after one particularly sharp curve. His hands were resting on my legs. There was no way around how sexy it was. Getting to Little Italy in no time, Frankie parked in the red zone without a care. The Umberto's doorman greeted us like we were family. Maybe some of us were. Everyone inside welcomed us and greeted them warmly. There was no better deterrent for cheating on my diet than Vincent. I decided a dozen raw oysters could do me no harm and might actually help. Vincent ordered some clams and linguine with hot sauce, as did Frankie. And then they both asked for a coffee time soda. Coffee time? I repeated, almost choking on my words. Have you ever tried it? Well, I did sort of once. I'll be damned if he didn't look at me in a sort of knowing way. What if I did astral project myself into Pandora's closet that night? Eating with great relish, he reached over and helped himself to one of my oysters. He winked. I grinned like an idiot and then turned my attention to Frankie. They ate quickly, hugged the maitre d', and off we went. The Jag was still parked right outside in the red zone. No ticket, no surprise. As Frankie drove uptown, music blaring, I relaxed enough to be playful. Grooving to pump up the jam, I could feel Vincent's appreciation. Where do you live, Frankie said. As soon as I uttered the street, we seemed to be there. I couldn't invite them up. Three's sort of an awkward number. Thanks, Frankie, it was fun, I said, giving him a quick peck on the cheek. As I turned to do the same with Vincent, he put his hand up to stop me. Hurt, I reached for the door. Guiding me out of the car with his hands, he jumped out too. Closing the door behind him, he leaned against it, pulling me close. And then he kissed me. Really kissed me. It was amazing and familiar. The taste of coffee time, the smell of his aftershave, the excitement of somebody else close by. Damn, my dream was a premonition! Frankie was singing loudly to the radio, trying hard to ignore us. My doorman, Sal, was pretending to read the newspaper, but he was definitely enjoying the show. No longer able to ignore the audience, I turned to go. Vinny pulled me back for one long, last kiss. When he released me, I sort of stumbled backwards and waved goodbye. And as much as I wanted to, I didn't turn around to see if he was watching me as I entered my building. Besides, I was busy. Mick was in my head. You can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you just might find you get what you need, yes. Oh, yeah. I did finally get the kiss of my dream and confirmation that there was some magic to us. Maybe Yolanda the Visionary wasn't so crazy after all. But still uncertain about my future with men in music, I wanted guarantees. So I decided to visit another psychic to get a second opinion. Teresa, whom I'd heard was John Lennon's former live-in clairvoyant, came highly recommended. I was told her gift was unparalleled, as long as the moon was in Libra. She lost her sight then. I made an appointment having no idea where the fucking moon was. I figured I had an 11 out of 12 shot at clarity. Teresa looked exactly as I had imagined, oldish with gray frizzy hair. She wore a long flowery print dress belted at the waist which covered her almost emaciated frame. She lived on the Upper East Side of Manhattan in an apartment that she'd obviously occupied for years. The paint was dirty and peeling. There were cats everywhere. I see a couple of men that will take you far in your career, she said. You'll be successful, but not in a page 6 sort of way. Oh, yeah? Always work and stay focused on your career. Stocks and bonds are sexy. If you abandon your dreams, it will cost you in love. As if. There will be 5 men at the same time. 5? I can't even keep one man's interest. One will be very blonde and really want you, but I don't think he'll get you. There'll be a medium dark one, a very dark and sexy one, and an older man with salt and pepper hair. One will have hair like yours. He'll be the one. They'll all be on the scene soon, vying for your attention. You'll have a lot of fun sorting it out. No shit. Here's something interesting. I've only seen this a few times. Something big and important is going to happen to you. A once-in-a-lifetime dream come true. Not like winning the lottery. You'll know it when it happens. You sure? Thrilled but skeptical, I decided to get yet another opinion. After all, Yolanda said I'd marry Vincent, and he was definitely the dark and sexy one. I made an appointment with Josephine, the antithesis of Teresa. She lived in a midtown brownstone which reeked of money and sophistication. She was well-dressed in a designer black pantsuit with a crisp white button-down shirt underneath. She had done my astrological chart prior to my visit. You already know your future husband. You just don't know who he is yet. Maybe it is Vincent. He's an Aries or an Aries type. He'll support you and really be there for you. It'll be a good relationship and last a long time. Not forever? He'll make a lot of money. A lot of money, she said. And then her demeanor suddenly grew serious, her demeanor. You'll be moving soon. There must be some mistake. I just bought an apartment and I love it. There's no way I'm moving. Well, it'll be a step up, something even better, she continued, ignoring me. I began to protest, quickly deciding it wasn't worth it. She was clearly a quack. Will I be successful, I asked, petrified to hear the answer. To a degree, but not big success. Not now. It's just not meant to be. It's not in the cards. Great. Another one projecting my mediocrity. You have a strong later in life chart, she added, smiling, as if delivering good news. I see a writing project. Great. That was not what I wanted to hear. What about performing, being an actress or a comedian? It's just not your time now. You could audition until you're blue in the face. It's just not gonna happen for you. But later in your middle years, you'll be everybody's darling. Yes, you can be an actress, a comedian, whatever you want, and do quite well with it. I didn't even want to be an actress anymore. But I'll be damned if anyone was going to tell me I couldn't do it. The kicker was when I asked, will I be happy? Happy? Not in the traditional white picket fence sort of way. You're meant to be challenged in this life. You'll have a lot, accomplish a lot, but as soon as you do, you'll be on to the next. I left that townhouse pissed. Yeah. I'll be happy, goddammit. I'll show you, friggin' Josephine. Thanks.